Coach, whenever you're ready, an opening statement.
Want to welcome everybody to Aggie Land for the Super Regional, especially Coach McDonald and his team and the great program and their fans. So looking forward to a great weekend of baseball. It's going to be highly competitive, two great teams that are playing really, really well. And I know it's going to be hot, but I know the 12th man is going to show up and play a role in the game. So looking forward to that experience.
Questions? Go ahead.
Coach, I know early in the season we talked about not being able to swing your way to Omaha, but it seems like these are two teams that are definitely on that trajectory. Do you see this as another offensive-heavy series? Do you see it as one that whoever's staff is just a little bit better? How do you kind of see that balance with two teams that have a similar identity in that sense?
Yeah, probably a little bit of both. I still, every day I put my head on the pillow and wake up in the morning, I envision our pitchers being the best version of themselves. So Nathan Detmer's, two-time SEC Pitcher of the Week. I think Micah Dallas won that award one time. We know how consistent Jacob Palish and Menifee and Rudis and even Will Johnston have been. So I anticipate us pitching better. I always vision our guys at their best. I don't know their team nearly as well. Certainly they're very offensive, a lot of home runs, a lot of stolen bases. They had a great closer who's pitching really well. So every single team you play this time of year is going to be either hot, talented, or both. And so it's going to come down to who plays the best baseball, who gets the timely hit, who plays clean, which is something that we haven't done as well lately. The bunt game is a big part of their offense, and we're very much aware of that, and have spent all week, not like we haven't worked on it all year, but did some different things this week to try and be better at taking the outs when they give us outs. So, but yeah, it is two similar teams for sure offensively.
And then Jacob, when you look at that as a pitching standpoint, is that kind of par for the course this year for where college baseball has gone and the teams that you've seen that you're going to face another offensive team coming up?
Yes, definitely. Obviously, going through a schedule like we've been through and this conference, every week you're going to get challenged, and regardless of success or maybe not having the outing you want to, you still got to pick your head up and get right back to work, because the previous team doesn't really care what you've done in the past, and so I think that's just kind of the mentality you have to take in there. And we talk about every week. Every team's 0-0 now. It doesn't really matter who has the best stats from the season. None of that stuff plays any role at this point, and all it is going out there and competing and executing. And if we go out there and execute pitches, we can live with the results.
Coach, kind of going off what you were saying, playing such a bunt-heavy team and just an offensive-minded team, how important is it going to be that you limit those errors and you're just cleaner in the end?
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to give the other team more than 27 outs. They already get 27 opportunities to do what they want to do, and we've had our rough spots, but we've also played really well defensively at times. So again, I'm anticipating us playing really well and handling those situations like we've practiced all week.
I have a question for Coach. Dan had just spoken about cutting your teeth together back in the day, talking to prospects when you were at Tulane. He was at Ole Miss. I was wondering if you had anything from your time doing that together that you, thinking back on it, sticks out to you about him, and then just like what it's like to see someone that you knew like at that stage of your career growing this program that is become such a consistently successful one at that.
Yeah, there are coaches, there are program builders, and there are both, and he's both. And it's one of the cool things about our profession. And I've been doing this 32 years. He's been, I think we're about the same age. He was played in the World Series at the Citadel, right? In the 90, 92, 192, somewhere in there. What's that?
It was 1990.
90. So we were in college same time. I graduated in 92. So it's neat. We have a great. I think respect for each other and programs. We're a part of a lot of committees together, and it is neat that you can go around the country, whether it be Brian O'Connor at Virginia or Mike Bianco or Tim Corbin or Dan McDonald. You could go John Savage. I mean, we were all assistant coaches at the same time. We all got our head coaching jobs at about the same time, whether it be different places, and so it's just other than this weekend, Dan's a guy that I'm rooting for all the time, and just have super amount of respect for what he's done at a place that, you're fighting weather, and they moved into a great conference, and didn't miss a beat. So he's one of the premier coaches in our sport. He's a Hall of Fame coach, no doubt about it.
Troy, there was a point in time this year when, you hit a game-winning home run, the Olsen Magic stuff. Y'all talked about at that time and learning what that was like. It seems like as much as any team that's had the ability to win and win late, your team encompasses that. Tell us about the growth of seeing it happen early in the year to now, where game after game in the end of at the seventh or eighth inning, that y'all feel like y'all are going to win those games.
I think it just comes with the season. As you progress throughout the season, you kind of learn more about yourselves. Again, it goes back to trusting our process, trusting the things that we do. And at this point, we've been there, we've done that, right? We've seen that we can come back late, and so there's no panic. No matter what the score is, no matter what the inning is, there's no panic. There's just a sense of ease, a sense of continuing to trust our process, and just having that, relaxed mindset in the box. And then obviously, you talk about Olsen Magic, and this place is a really special place. And whenever you have the 12th man behind you, you always got a shot.
Follow-up question on that. Do you all ever speak to players who are coming in, and do they ever comment on the crowd noise, crowd level? Do they say things that stick out to you about the crowd?
I've had it a couple times where I've been on first base during ball 5 chants, and first baseman will kind of cover his mouth because he's smiling a little bit, and he's like, "Man, I've seen videos of this on Twitter or YouTube, but it doesn't compare to being in person." So yeah, it definitely can get in their head a little bit. It's our advantage, we're used to it at this point, and again, these fans are rooting for us, so it's just a sense of ease for us.
Jim, another back-in-our-day question for you here, but how cool is it that fans get to keep foul balls? Back when we're as players, you're seeking them out, got to get them back, and so forth. The fact that this is a place where fans get to keep the foul balls, and they show up with the idea that they might get this souvenir that lasts a lifetime by coming to a game.
Yeah, that's awesome. When I was in Little League, you could turn them into the concession stand for a free Coke. Maybe we could do that. But yeah. You want the whole fan experience, and I don't think we need to go to the Savannah Banana route where if they catch it, it's an out. So, we hope that if Troy hits them over the fence, it's between the white, it's between the white lines and not back.
And for each player, how cool is it to be able to flip a ball to a kid, usually a kid, right, and just see their face light up in that moment, that knowing that you were able to do that for them?
Yeah, I think we all remember being that age, and now that we're in a position to kind of impact the younger generation, I know me personally, I try to take advantage of that opportunity anytime I can, because like you said, a ball on one day can change a lot for a kid. So it's super easy for us, and it's just about taking the time out of your day to impact someone's life.
Question for both Troy and Jacob. Both your former programs are in the super regional round as well. So what is it like to be at a new place and to be in the same spot that you would be had you stayed at Morgan State or not?
Yeah, it's definitely awesome to be at a place like this. Especially coming from Stanford and over on the West Coast, I think getting to experience another conference, and especially this place is so special. There's nothing like this, I firmly believe, anywhere else in the country, but especially at my last step, this has been awesome. And at the end of the day, obviously I still have a lot of friends, and still know the coaches over there, and I like to see them do well, but I'm here now, and that's where all my thoughts and all my focus is. And it would be cool to meet them later on down the road, but like I said, you can't look too far down and just focus on the task at hand, because I'm here, I'm happy I'm here, and I wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. I wouldn't trade my time at Oregon State for anything, but I couldn't be more happy to be here now. And both successful programs, but we have a successful program here as well. And if we get the chance to play them down the road, that'd be pretty cool. I wish them all the best. Again, I have a lot of friends on that team still that I text almost on a daily basis. But all of our focus is here, and we're gonna, stick together. And him and I are gonna try to make a run at this thing.
Coach, are you surprised that when you look at college baseball as a whole, how offensive things have been this season, and not just it's a little bit, but it's like a lot compared to the last seasons when you look at home runs and batting average and things like that?
I'm not surprised. I mean, I think you could break it down however you wanted to pitch, whether it be pitching injuries, whether it be a lot of older players, present company included.
Yeah, but I don't have a lot of homers, so I.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, yeah. But anyway, there's just a lot of older players. I think pitching instruction at a youth level has gone from, being able to throw the ball where you want to throw it and changing speeds to how hard can I throw it. And the one thing that is the least impressive thing to a college hitter, if you were to ask Troy, I'm sure he'd agree, the least impressive thing to a college hitter is velocity, right? If a guy's got an outstanding changeup or if a guy's got an outstanding breaking ball, then that's something he's going to be aware of. But, we played a series against Arkansas in which the starter on Sunday, the reliever they brought in, the big reliever Vermillion, and then Chris Cortez for us, all three guys were throwing over 95 miles an hour, and none of them could get anybody out. And so I think the game's changed, and pitching is going to have to change with it. There's going to be some give and take, so I think if it doesn't shock me, right now with the age of the player and the overall lack of skill of most pitchers.
Coach, I assume each time you make a run to a Super Regional or a World Series, there's something unique about that team or that season. What's been the unique aspect of this run in this week?
Yeah, just the way a team comes together. They're all different. They all have a different story. And the thing I'm most proud of is, just the question that was asked to these guys earlier is, when a guy like Jacob Palish or Troy Claunch comes to Texas A&M, and we're the new coaching staff, and the team didn't have a great year last year, like that was a big leap of faith on their part, because there's a lot of places that, could have been a plug and play. Hey, we're coming off a super regional and we just need a catcher, or we just need a left-handed pitcher. And these guys took a big leap of faith to come here. And after we lost that game 8-2 to Houston, I remember just in my office with my head down, kind of pouting a little bit, saying, "Man, I don't want to let these guys down. I don't want Troy to come here and feel like he could have gone somewhere else and be sitting at home right now watching another team play where he could have gone." And same way with Jacob or Jack Moss or any of the other guys. So, I think this team's story is just competitive grit, resilience, and it's, hoping and praying that it can continue to go on. But whether it does or doesn't, these guys have set a standard for, or at least they've met the standard for being a fighting Texas Aggie.
Jim, y'all have been so good 2 out of 3 series for a long time this year. What is that? How's that set up this team for this weekend when there's nothing to hold back, but, weekend after weekend, you've been able to go out there, winning 2, having a win game 3, that this team has kind of had success doing that.
Yeah, and we've had success doing it in the Southeastern Conference, right? So, that's there's, now Louisville's had the same success, and that's why they're here. So we're playing a team that won their division, correct, in the ACC. So they're a champion as well. So we're definitely more suited for a 3-game series than we are a regional like last week. I was cringing at having to play another game or having to play 5 games. I don't know if we were built for that. But these guys, we've taken our lumps. There's been days where we've won on Friday and got our doors blown in on Saturday and come back and finish the thing off on Sunday. So we can't make it anything more than that. And if we do, we'll be in trouble. But if we just have to go play good baseball and play a 3-game series, 3-game series, and try to win 2 as quick as we can do it.
Alex, last one.
Got one for Jacob and Troy. The Pringles have just been, a rallying point for you guys. What kind of fun has that brought throughout the season, and especially during a game when you guys get a big momentum play?
I think something with every team is you kind of need something to rally around, right? Whether, it be the Pringles or whatnot, but yeah, it just brings a sense of light to the team. It brings a little extra fun incentive. You know, we talk about it all the time. You can't just have one, and that's kind of been the mentality of this team is we don't just want one Pringle. You know, you got to get a little selfish and get a few of them. And I know it makes it fun for, you know, pitchers in the dugout. They get all into it, and yeah, it's just something that we've been able to kind of rally around a little bit.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's, you know, this game, obviously it's still just a game, and the, you know, stakes get raised and pressure gets put on different guys, but I think having something like that can help guys relax and just settle into the moment and be present, because, you know, we talk about it all the time. It's usually the team that kind of relaxes and kind of just calms down first is the one that has success, especially as you push on later in the year. So having something, even though it might have started as just kind of a random talking point or random like analogy that Coach used in one of the you know, talks he gave to us, it brought that energy and that life to this program that I think has played a big part and a big role in the success that we've had so far.
Coach, you want to follow up with that?
You've gotten in on the Pringles before, right?
Yeah, I get one after we win. So I'm a big fan, and the homers and the, you know, finishing off innings, that's great. But that's the best part of my day is when I get to high five the team and get my Pringle when it's over. So yeah, I mean, I agree with these guys. I mean, I think this should be fun. You know, these guys are probably both get a chance to play professional baseball, and I'm not saying pro ball is not fun, but it's just way more business. And you ask any major league player that even when they played in all-star games and all these things, you ask them, the guys that played in college, what was your best, most fun time you ever had playing baseball? Every single one of them will tell you college baseball. Every single one. And that's what college baseball is about. And, you know, we're just trying to make this thing last a little bit longer, and hopefully I can get 2 Pringles this weekeven.
I believe y'all received a care package, is that right, from Pringles?
Yeah, we did, but there's some NCAA rules around that, so I'm not even sure it's been opened up yet. We got to jump through some hoops. The NCAA is always looking to screw up a good day.
Coach, players, appreciate it, guys. Nice job.